Hey there everybody, this is Cholera and welcome to another English commentary. I must warn you before doing this that I will not be able to scream and shout in this one. I'm going to be relatively low key because while I do live in my own apartment, I do have people in the rooms next to me, so I can't be screaming like crazy. But this is Samsung Khan versus KTF. I am very excited to do this game, of course, and we have here none other than Flash, of course, as you just saw on the top location here on, I think this is Destination. Yes, this is. And we have on the bottom Yoon. Yoon is a Protoss player on Samsung Khan, and it's interesting that he's being played because we've never seen him before, and obviously he is not Jangbi and not Stork, both of whom probably are better than him. But who knows, maybe Yoon has learned something from those two greats on Samsung Khan and has something to show us here. He's actually 5-5, I believe, or maybe 5-6 before this game started, so about even record, not much of a that much of experience so far. I have done, by the way, one of the games of this series. I'm not going to actually say which one it is, but I did do a game of this series with Klazart because we just found time this morning to do a dual commentary, and that will be up on the Violet Tag account. But I will say that I do know the results of leading up to. Well, not leading up to, but I do know the results of that game, and because of which game it is, I do know some things about the record, I guess. But regardless, I don't know who won, any of these individual games, and we'll see what happens. I have, probably expectations that Flash will win this one, of course, and we'll see what happens. On Destination, it's a good map for PvTs. Pretty much for any matchup. Protoss a little bit favored in Destination, but certainly not so much that Terrans can't win. Although, really, Terrans have to make sure they stay aggressive and are able to pick up a third base in time. Otherwise, they can get contained pretty quickly by an expansion-heavy Protoss. And looks like we're not going to see any cheese here coming from Yoon. Yoon's going to go straight forward here. He's just starting off with the gas, and he's not going for any kind of steal or anything. Now, he could be going for some kind of proxy, though. We'll see if that's within his plans. And looks like he might be going for it. He has to hide really well, though, because... Well, I mean, when Flash does scout, I assume he will scout all the likely locations, but Flash, once again, going to go for a really late scout, and he has sometimes been hurt by this because he is just a little bit too focused on his economy. And, of course, you saw a pylon there on the lower right. This is in a relatively good position, I would say, and Flash might explore, say, the upper right. He might explore maybe the bottom right expansion, but he's probably not going to explore that position. That position is got to be one of the better ones, and there is Flash moving out right now. He is moving out quite late, but he probably feels confident in his build that can hold off most forms of one-base builds, which leads me to think he's probably going to go for a relatively standard fast expand, and just try to hope that works, or possibly some kind of faster rush himself. Flash is very confident in how he plays, so he has a good idea of what will happen. Even if there is a proxy, he probably is prepared for it. And Flash is trying to look for it right now, as you can see. He is going to be exploring around, and there comes a Zealot coming from Yoon. Yoon going to get a little aggressive here. Going to find a wall in here from Flash that is Zealot proof. Meanwhile, we've got range going up for Yoon, and we've yet to see what he's putting on that location. Flash right now going for this fast expand build as expected. He's going to keep it inside of his base also. Like I said, going to play a little bit safer, and he's probably going to go engineering bay after this. Flash right now almost losing something there. Losing his marine, rather. He's only built one marine. I mean, Flash really focusing on his economy here. I do wonder if that's a little bit too risky of a move here. Flash looks like he is going to scout the proxy pylon, although that's really not going to do him that much because nothing was placed next to it. There is Yoon continuing the attack here. He's definitely going to focus on these SCVs and who are repairing this wall in here. Flash right now is going to have a tank, and he is going to be able to stop this harassment. This is what I mean by, Flash plays so close to the line, and Flash right now going for an academy. That's sort of slightly riskier in some ways, although maybe he thinks because nothing was next to a proxy, there won't be any kind of fast tech, so he's just going to go for scans. There's not going to be a fast revert tech, rather. Engineering Bay is very good for dealing against Reavers. Obviously, it doesn't really do much. I'm sorry. Yeah, turrets are good against Reavers, pretty good against DTs, but Scan obviously does nothing against Shuttles and Reavers. So Flash right now taking a little bit of a gamble. Generally, the standard FD build is to go for Engineering Bay after Fast Factory, but you know, this is certainly a viable option also. There is the ComSat going down. Of course, if DTs were exactly what was going on, then he'd be fine. Those scans would be really good. And Flash is going to have that tank out to protect himself. He's also going for a starport. This is a fairly early starport. He might be going for some vulture drops. And right now, we're going to see if this probe can spot anything. It's not going to be able to. It's just going to see the expansion from Flash is already up. This is a very, very economically friendly build here that's coming from Flash. And Yoon must be a little bit worried about it. He has got a robotics facility going up. He's got his expansion going up. But obviously, Flash is ahead here in economy. And Yoon's going to be going for a fast goon tack here now that range is done. This is his ultimate goal, I guess. And that hidden pylon, really, I guess, was possibly to put a proxy if it wasn't discovered, or maybe just to throw Flash off. But Flash, of course, diffused that by not scouting at all. You know, had Flash scouted, maybe he would have been confused, but Flash didn't even bother scouting. And this is, you know, both a weakness and a strength of Flash's. In this case, it looks like it's turned out all right for him because he's pretty safe. Doesn't seem like anything's going to hurt him in the near future. But, you know, certainly a good Protoss player could have taken advantage of Flash's sort of very, very econ-friendly build. I mean, he only built one Marine, and you know, didn't go for turrets right after he was done with the fast expand. So that was definitely an interesting choice from Flash. Another reason, of course, was that he decided to go for a starport first. So in the event that there were early shuttles, he could get a Wraith out and manage to take out a shuttle that way. Looks like we're going to have observers out coming pretty soon, and of course there is a Templar Archives and there is a Stargate, so we're going to see a best styled two-base Arbiter rush, and this is this is a pretty, well, I wouldn't say it's a great build, but it has been fairly successful in the past in the hands of some very capable users, but I've also seen this fail a number of times in the hands of other users, because it is so dependent on whether the Terran can scout it in time. And if he does, then he'll be in big trouble. Oh man, Flash getting spotted. Flash really has seemed to like these two tank drops. He likes to just put two tanks inside instead of putting vultures. This seems to be what he's been doing recently. We got a couple Dragoons coming here. Flash knows he's been spotted, but we'll see where he drops. Anyway, he's going to go perhaps for this expansion or maybe right for the main. There are Dragoons everywhere, though. Flash is going to spot the fact that there are Dragoons, and he might know. He has not seen the Stargate yet, but if he does see it, that would be a big benefit, of course. I don't think he's seen it yet, though. Excuse me, and oh man, Flash is trapped here. This is a complete waste for Flash, unfortunately, for him. So there's the Arbiter Tribunal going up, and this is the fast, you know, two-base Arbiters. Arbiters are definitely a good choice on this map. Flash may have scouted it just now, actually. It's very possible he just did a scan on the main, saw the Arbiter Tribunal, and decides, okay, well, I need to push out right now and try to take him out before he gets that tech up. He'll be temporarily weak. But no, actually, Flash right now looks like he's just going to build Engineering Bay, and he's just going to secure his left side base. That is also another choice, of course. Flash also spotting the observer and scanning it and killing it off. Nice work there. But, you know, we're going to have to see whether this, you know, now a 3-base up for the Protoss, this could work out very well for him if he goes for a big recall on the left side. I'm not sure if Flash is going to be able to hold it, or recall into the main to take out any tanks that are sieged up on the cliff. Looks like the couple of Dragoons, of course, are doing a very good job of stopping Flash from getting anywhere to drop. I don't think you can drop on the sides there under the cliff, so Flash is trapped effectively there. And there is a number of buildings here. You know, that supply depot, for example, just to help block a little bit, confuse pathing a bit. And similarly here, we've got a couple of buildings blocking one of the entrances into Yoon's natural expansion. Flash here putting up his third, and Yoon, of course, has his third already up on the right. This game is pretty even at this point, actually. But this is where Flash excels, though, in his Protoss versus Terran game. It's actually at this point, even if he's slightly behind at this point in terms of bases, he often pulls the win. Once he gets those upgrades and he moves out, he is very powerful with his metal army, and he's not afraid of ceding a little bit of economic advantage to the Protoss and letting him get a little bit overstretched.